Welcome to the Mac and Jack Attack.
And this is Mac.
And I'm Jack. And last week we talked about Rage. Had a good time talking about Mac's destroyed controllers. But for this episode, I kind of wanted to talk about difficulty in games because that's something that is sort of correlates with Rage. But then, we're not dealing with other people here. We're dealing with the game itself. So Mac, whenever it comes to playing a game, what difficulty do you typically choose?
Easy.
Why? I didn't mean to laugh.
I'm sorry. Okay.
It's just the way you said it. You're just like easy.
Well, yeah. Okay. So here's the thing, right? I like to feel like a badass, and with I guess like how busy life can get, I kind of just go how I just want to feel good. So essentially, I usually go with easy. I usually go for very easy or normal, but most of the time I go easy, just to feel like a badass and just kind of breeze through it. But if it's too easy, then nah, fam, I gotta put that shit to normal. Anything above that is too much, though.
But aren't you a gamer?
Yes, but that doesn't mean like I don't know. That doesn't mean like if for a gamer to be a gamer, it has to be like the hardest difficulty. Or I think that would be like in the realm of completionist. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm kind of just fucking around right now because like in a lot of games, whenever there's that hard mode or like veteran mode, kind of, they're always like, yeah, these are for the people who've been playing these games. They know how this shit works,
Yeah.
But it's just like, no, dude, I'm just gonna go to normal. I mean, like, if it's called normal, wouldn't that basically mean that's the creator's intent?
I think so. I really think so. Because I'm trying to figure out. I'm not entirely sure. But I know Doom Eternal was supposed to be played a certain way.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, yeah, you can only play Doom in hard mode. That's the way to play it. And I'm just like, I'm going to go on normal. Because
I think it's stressful.
It is stressful. Like, honestly. Like, dude, okay. Not going to lie. I still have not finished Doom Eternal yet.
Are you serious? It's a really good game. It's not bad.
It's really fun, but then I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't help that it's been like 5 months since I played it. But yeah, it was definitely a part of just it's not Doom 2016.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my problems with it. It's just it feels the same, but
right?
it doesn't. Yeah, it feels very different.
It feels very different. I don't know. I think they're trying to go for their like roots because I did play the original Doom.
Yeah.
And I know for the original Doom, as a kid, I remember playing it on, I forgot what difficulty it is, but let's just say normal. And for this new Doom Eternal, I think they're trying to go for that specific aspect of like difficulty, like it is what it is, and I don't mind, but still, I'm still leaning towards normal because if like, okay, is there like how far it could go? Because like, okay, story time. Have you played Devil May Cry 1?
Not 1. I only played 3, 4, and 5.
Okay, I was a kid. I didn't know what difficulty meant, whatever the definite right word term is. I got to this level. I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's this spider boss I have to fight.
Yeah.
I kept dying over and over, and I quit. And it turns out I was playing it on normal.
Yeah.
See, do you know how sad that is?
See, the shitty thing about like games of old is a lot of times back in the day, whenever they brought over games from Japan, they would make the normal mode the actual hard mode of the game, and I don't know why they did that.
I forgot know that.
I forgot what games they did that to, but then that did happen like a lot back in the day.
I mean, that is that deceiving? I feel betrayed if that's the case. That's crazy.
That's because Americans think they're hardcore.
That's true. But other than that, yeah. I mean, how far can you really go in terms of hard though? Like, would that make the game enjoyable at that point? Because Me personally, I don't find a game enjoyable if it's too hard. If it's too hard,
Yeah.
I don't see the point. I could understand the challenge because I just got this game called Sekiro, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. I like it. It's hard, but it's pretty good.
See, because when Sekiro came out, a lot of people were like, "Yo, this game needs an easy mode. Why can't it have an easy mode?" But no, it's just like the game was made that way.
Yeah, I mean,
Learn how to play the game, but then it's weirder when a game doesn't have a difficulty mode because it's like, well, I don't know if it's weirder. Honestly, I respect it more because it's just like, hey, it's creator's intent. That's kind of what I was talking about a little bit with how there's a normal mode for every game.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just like if a creator wanted a game to be made a certain way and played a certain way, then like why should there be different modes?
Right. But, well, correct me if I'm wrong. The Dark Souls series have no difficulty, right? It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, and I think every new game plus it gets a little harder, but it doesn't feel that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone who's listening to this, but yeah.
Okay, how do you feel when you first time played it? I find it hard to believe. Everyone that plays Demon Soul or Dark Souls, they're first time playing it. They heard of it obviously from YouTube or friends. They're always gonna die from the get go, right? How did you feel about the difficulty when you first played it?
See, when I first played it, there wasn't the meme of Dark Souls being such a hard game. I just got it because I was like, hey, this is like Demon Souls, and Demon Souls was kind of fun, even though I never got that far in it.
Yeah.
So I never had that like correlation between a hard game with Dark Souls. I just played it and I enjoyed it for what it was. I didn't get far in it, like at all. But then my brothers got like super into it. But yeah, like it was never really about the difficulty. I didn't realize that was such a big deal. I was just like, hey, I just wanted to play as a knight.
You want to just... That's a good point. I mean, honestly, that's not bad. That's so innocent too. I don't know. It sounds innocent.
Because like, all right, there aren't that many games where you could play as a knight and be cool, like with actual like knight armor. Because like, you know, that game came out the same year as Skyrim, but you're not really a knight in Skyrim. You're more like a Viking.
True. But with mods, though, you could totally change that. But other than that, I agree.
Not on the PS3, but maybe. I don't fucking...
No, I agree. I don't think there's mod support for... Well, I don't know, actually. I know my brother modded, but he had a 360.
Yeah.
But I know obviously in the PC, you could totally get armor mod. That's what makes it better. But other than that, that's quite interesting, actually. Because, like, if that's the case, like, then what's one game you found super fucking difficult? Like, you just had an issue with it.
Ooh,
I'm not gonna say that it. Well, you tell me if it ruined the fun or it made it more fun.
I can't think of anything on the spot right now. I feel like whenever it comes to difficult games that are too hard for me, I mean, I guess you could say the Dark Souls games because, like, of course, like I did say that I never really correlated the difficulty with the game itself.
Yeah.
But like I did stop playing that game because I was like, all right, I can't get past this part, you know? Or I just didn't know where to go because that game is a fucking puzzle.
Right.
But I think it comes down to more like puzzle games. I mean, I don't really play that many puzzle games anymore.
Would you say Tetris is a hard game?
Nah, dude. That game is easy. The thing about Tetris is it's only as hard as you make it be.
Right. You know what? You got a point, though. In puzzle games, I mean, can you imagine us playing Portal 2? I don't know if you heard of that game.
Yeah, I have that. We should play that. We should actually stream that. Yeah, but...
Right?
Yeah.
Idea. Wow! We just got an idea on the spot. I don't know. The Portal games, right? That's considered a puzzle game, right? Yeah, that's a puzzle game.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, right? That's the game that hurts my intellect and my ego.
Okay. That's on you then. That's for me. I'm a big brain, like a lord and whatever the fuck you can call me.
Bro,
I beat that game, no problem.
dude, every time, like, there'll be a level, right, where at a time my IQ would lower and be like, oh my god, small brain. But when I get big brain, I'm like, yes, big brain. I'm smart. Can't fuck with me. Gets to the next level. It's so intricate, and I'm just like, it's small brain time. I don't know if I can do this. I actually started questioning if I was stupid. It's a pretty hard game. I'll admit that. I'm not really good at puzzle games, to be honest, though. I think it feels like puzzle games in video games, right? Kind of dumbed down in a sense. It doesn't feel like it feels like they hold your hands now.
Yeah, I think so. They don't really have puzzle games like they used to.
No.
Like, a game that was made for the DS, but I have on my phone is like the Professor Layton games.
Mm-hmm.
Like those games got like puzzles, and I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? But it is. They're pretty great though.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's like in that case, it is a bit different too for difficulty because it is like really there for creators' intent because they're making an actual puzzle that you have to solve a certain way, you know. But
very interesting.
In terms of like other games and how difficult they can be, it's like, yeah, I honestly can't think of anything that's like not puzzly.
Right.
I mean, I could go back to Doom Eternal, I guess.
Yeah, but I didn't find Doom Eternal. I finished the game and I didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, there were puzzles because there's. Would you consider like finding collectibles, like a puzzle to you in a sense? Map awareness. I don't know.
Yeah, it can be, but it's something that I'm never interested in because I'm just like, why am I gonna fucking do this? You know?
Right. For me, I love doing it. It gives like extra depth to the game. I personally, I don't know. For me, the hardest part in the game is honestly map design.
Yeah.
There's times where I know it sounds stupid, but again, you're talking to a guy that can't even finish Portal 2, or Portal itself. If it comes to map design, right, I'll be like, let's say playing a game called like Doom Eternal. There's a collectible I want to get. It's right there. I want to get it, but you gotta go a certain way to get it. But it's one of those things where you have to figure it out on your own. And I'm like, damn, I don't know where to go, man. This is harder than the level itself. I've been stuck here for 3 hours, man. Like I don't know.
That has happened to me in Doom, actually, the 2016.
Oh yeah,
that happened to me where I was just trying to find like a doll, and I was like, dude, where the fuck is this shit? The map says it's on top of me. How did it get on top of me?
And you're on the spot, but when you look at your map, it's there, but you're not. You're on the spot. It's like, what the where? I don't know. To me, that's like a puzzle within itself because you're trying to figure out what the layout is. But in the end of the day, it's just like, it feels like even then the puzzles did dumb down compared to before. And yeah, it does correlate to difficulty because it's. I mean, it does make the game longer, in a sense. Does that actually correlate with difficulty in a sense, where it makes the game longer? Does the difficulty make the game longer? That's a stupid question.
I don't think a difficulty should make a game longer. Like, there are games where you don't really get the true ending unless you play like the hard mode of the game, which I find really stupid because it's just like, all right, I just wanted to play this game like once. Like, how many times are you gonna play through a game?
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, what do you mean by like? Because have you ever played a game called Nier? Is it Nier Automata?
Yeah.
It has multiple endings.
It does, yeah.
But it correlates within the main story. Is that what you're talking about, or are you talking about where it's like okay, you complete the game, that's the ending, and then you complete the hard difficulty, that's not really the ending. You've been bamboozled. You actually got a different ending because you played the hardest difficulty, and it turns out to be canon.
See, Nier is completely different because the way they treat endings is like no other game because they're like, hey, all right, for Automata, it's like you play through the game once and then you get to an ending and then you play through it again, but then you're playing as a different character. And then
it feels like it's an arc of an ending.
Yeah.
Ending arcs.
Like, for replayability in games, that's a different thing, but like it does correlate with difficulty because there are games that it's just like, hey, new game plus, it's gonna be harder. Like I think Dark Souls does, as I mentioned earlier. But I don't. Yeah, like I can't think of what games. I should have wrote this down. I can't think of what games actually do that, where the endings change depending on the difficulty.
I know. It doesn't have to be just difficulty. Well, it can go with difficulty. Maybe like because there could also be different routes, but each route sometimes this route may be easier while the other one might be a bit harder. The only thing I can think about that is possibly like Silent Hill, where there's like multiple endings depending on what you do in the game.
Yeah.
That's one of them I could think of, but I see where you're coming from. Is it stupid though? Like. I get that. Yeah, you just want to get through the game, but like, I kind of like it. It's not bad. It adds it. I wouldn't say it adds anything to it. I think it's pretty cool how they would just add. Like, it feels like that's what the developer wants you to play it as. It's pretty evident that if you want to get the true ending, you gotta play it at hard difficulty. There's no question about it. You play it on easy, then you're just a pussy. Sorry.
Then in some cases I will be a pussy. Because I'll just beat the game and I'll just go watch the like extra ending.
The extra ending on YouTube. Yo, dude, I do that all the time, man. I don't know. I just like. Here's the thing, right? I understand where you're coming from. I get it. Because to be honest, though, I'm gonna say the same thing. I do.
Yeah,
I do.
Because you're the guy
thing.
who plays games on easy mode.
Yes, I play it on easy mode, very easy mode. And sometimes I just want to watch it at the ending. But like, I just think it's cool that the developers even thought about adding that. I think that's interesting, very interesting. You know, but
because all right. Sorry. Continue. I just cut you off.
No, go ahead.
So like, okay. That being said, like how like. Because you do typically play games on easy and normal mode, like, how do you think a game should change based on the difficulty levels in the game?
Elaborate more about that. What do you mean?
So, like, basically, all right, because I'm going to bring up Devil May Cry again.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry, their difficulty modes really do change the game. Because it's not only, like, enemies' health just going up. They're not going to be like damage sponges, but it also goes into like enemy placements, what enemies show up earlier in the game, like shit like that. So, and I think and bosses have different movesets in some cases. Like the Virgil fight in different difficulty modes is a different fight. Well, it's kind of the same, but he does things differently.
Right.
Or more. So it's like, how should a game change based on their difficulty? If it like, because in most cases it really is just enemies have more health, you die faster. You know, you die in one hit.
That reminds me of The Division. Because like in Division in a higher level, well, I think that's for every RPG game. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. The higher, if you're like level 3 and you go fight someone that's like level 10, they're gonna be bullet sponges at that point. In a game like that, I guess, like let's say Devil May Cry, I think they did it right. I would well, personally for me, if you're gonna make a difficulty game, or play in a different level, especially in difficulty or spike in difficulty, maybe the enemies should be different. Like, change it up a bit. I mean, it kind of wants you to come back and play the game even more, you know? Because, like, on easy mode, obviously... But then again, that kind of begs the question, does that mean you're cutting content from the game? That's the thing that's kind of conflicted with me. Because, like, I like to think that even if you play it on easy, everything should even be there. Even if the boss guy does like an extra move on hard but doesn't do it on easy, it should be on easy. Just maybe lower the damage input. I don't know. I do believe in a sense that everything should be in easy mode in a sense, but when you spike up the difficulty, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm okay with just adding more damage and health.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
I'm okay with it in a sense. I wanted to go with your pathway, but
Yeah.
I play easy, man. I want everything on easy. I want the content on easy, even though, cause like, would that be considered cut content at that point?
Well,
That's the thing that's weird.
in Devil May Cry's case, I wouldn't call it. Yeah, maybe for boss fights that is a little bit, but then no, for the enemy placements it's not. Just because you already played through the game, which I know I kind of sound hypocritical right now because I'm like, why the fuck would I play this game again if it was for like something only slightly new? But it's like, it's different in this game because it's about the gameplay. It's not about the story.
Yeah.
So whenever it comes to like gameplay shit like that, where it's just like enemy placements, I know that Dark Souls 2, I believe, does that, where it's like if you beat the game once, you go through it again. Some enemies are in different spots.
Right.
It's like that makes it a new experience. It's not like it is the same exact thing that you just played through, but the fact that things appear in different places makes it like a surprise again, essentially.
Okay. I get it. Like I understand, but I don't know. I still feel like that's still cut content in a sense. It shouldn't matter if the difficulty is higher. It should still all be within that all. I'm not gonna say cut content. It should anything that should be on hard mode, it should also be on easy mode. And if you're gonna put everything on easy mode, then most likely than not, all they're gonna do is just increase the damage output. Or my bad, I don't know these words. I'm just saying it to make, sound intelligent. But input, output, whatever should be.
You saying that right there is just like showing. It's basically like, yeah, I'm dumb. I was trying to sound smart, but then you were already sounding smart. You kind of just like pointed out the fact that you're sounding dumb.
Shh, it's okay, man. They don't notice either. But regardless, I'm okay with they should just increase if you're gonna play it hard, just increase it in the damage or their health. So and then go for it.
So in that case, would there even be a need for difficulty?
Yes, because
why?
In a sense, so the reason why you would want difficulty, maybe because you went through the game way too fast. And sometimes playing it harder, sometimes you want to enjoy the game a bit more. So you increase the difficulty. And I don't know, this one boss is kicking your ass and you just want to you just want to keep beating him, right? Hopefully you would get better. See, this is the part, right? The reason I'm like mixing up my words in a sense is because I feel conflicted. I feel very, very conflicted because I get it. I really do. I'm trying to think. I'm just thinking how I'm going to say this because I'm going to be honest. I'm listening to myself and I sound really dumb right now.
we both do. Don't worry about it.
It's, because, like, in a sense, I get where you're coming from, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to play on hard mode, put the enemies on a different area. Give the boss a few more moves that you didn't see in easy mode, right? Or easy or whatever. But at the same time, for a guy that plays on very easy, it feels like I'm being left out. But then again, at that point, that's just my fault. Would that be the individual's fault at that point for choosing easy?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I think that answers everyone's questions.
Because, all right, this sounds kind of shitty, but I feel like if you're playing on easy mode, you're not, like, you don't really want to take the time into learning the gameplay itself.
No, you got a point. Point. For sure. It's just a matter of how the individual wants to play it. But in the grand scheme of things, you should always play it. Well, this is what I believe. You should always play it the way the developer wants you to play it to get the full experience of the game. I would like to think that's where I stand on. So if the developers say you should play it on normal, then I might as well just play it on normal. But at that point,
hearing you correct? Are you saying that this is not something that is consumer, like good. It's something that the developer should dictate, not the consumer. You are for the consumer, Mac.
Yeah, but being for the consumer is more about like the price range of the game if it's worth it.
Yeah, financial.
But
I know, I'm just fucking with you.
if in terms of like developers' creativity and how you should, it should always be based on the developers' creativity because like it's their game, they're making it. So if they make it like for Dark Souls, there's not even a difficulty in the damn game. That's how it's meant to be played. And if you want the full experience, then you should do it. But for my case, again, depending on the individual, I prefer playing it on easy because I kind of just breeze through the game and then I could finally say I completed it because I have a lot of games on Steam that I haven't really played yet. But yeah, I'm a bit conflicted about that. That's a good one, man.
Yeah,
it's a good
like,
one.
do you feel like you're enjoying the game to its maximum potential?
Yeah, I feel like a god. That's basically how I feel.
But
that's the
should
thing.
you feel like a god? That's the thing.
See, that's it. Okay, again, it depends on the individual. Cause like, for me, I mix in. I just want to breeze through the game. I just want to breeze through the game, and if it gives me that feeling of feeling like a god, so be it. But I will admit, if the developer says that you're playing the game, it should be played on normal, but I'm playing on easy, then I like to think that I'm not playing the game right. I chose to play on this level because of those reasons.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, like, do I feel like a god? Like, what was your question again? To feel like a god?
Should you feel like a god?
No. If it's supposed to be played on like as normal, you should not be feeling like a god. You should, if anything, you should struggle. But no, I don't. It's more of like I don't mind breezing through a game. I still get the experience. It's fun. I don't stress out, and over time, if I have the time, yeah, I probably will play it the way the developers wants me to play it, though.
Yeah, because like, I don't know, because I've never actually played a game on easy mode. Like, not to sound, but yeah. So I don't know. Whenever it comes to a game, I like to be challenged, even though it does sometimes challenge me too much. So
Good point.
I feel like I'm losing out on the gameplay if I do play it on easy mode. That's why I never do.
Yeah, for sure. That's actually, again, that's a legitimate argument because I mean, we played a bunch of games, right? It's pretty evident that each game, depending on the level, if it's too easy, then you're. Would you say that you're playing the game wrong in a sense if it's too easy for you?
Yeah, because for me, if it's too easy, then it's not fun. If it's too hard, then it's not fun. And that's why I always just go into the middle.
Good point. I will say this, just for my integrity or what I have left of it. It depends what game it is, depending on if I want to play it on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, for sure.
The games that I like playing on that would obviously be Doom. I do play that on hard. I do play... Well, then again, I also play the Souls games. Well, not all of it, but I do play the Souls game. I'm playing Sekiro. But other than that, most of the times I play games on easy, just to breeze through it. Like, for example, the Halo games? The new Halo... What's the new Halo game? Halo 4 that just came out on the PC?
Yeah.
I'm just here for the story, man.
Yeah.
I'm just here for the story. I'm going to play it on easy and just roll with it.
When it comes to shooter games, I'm always... I'm more okay with going like normal to easy. Cause,
to be fair, some of them are just not fair though. Like,
yeah, because it really does come down to like bullet spongy, and it's just like I don't have any ammo.
That's not even that. Like, have you ever played any like Call of Duty games, like single player, the campaign
and
on
then
the hardest
like,
difficulty?
The NPCs got aimbot and shit.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like, I don't. that at that point, that's just not fair. I fuck playing on the hardest difficulty. I'd rather play that on either easy or normal. So in those cases, yeah, I would. But I do agree with that aspect of what you said. Like, if you were you do have, in order to enjoy a game, you do have to be challenged.
Yeah.
I do agree on that point aspect. But I still like playing on easy. I like feeling like a god.
Yeah.
Feels nice. Feels really nice.
Yeah. I also just wanted to kind of mention, because I was watching a documentary on the Yakuza franchise and kind of how it was developed and like everything about each game a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And something the creator said about the gameplay of the franchise is like he never wanted to make it hard because
Mm-hmm.
if he makes it too hard, then no one's gonna want to go through it.
Mm-hmm.
So then that kind of goes into your point on like, you know, sometimes you just want to go through a game.
Well,
So,
yeah,
like,
but that's...
I am kind of giving you shit, but then I do agree with you.
But that's the thing, though. I'm a different breed, my guy. I like
Yeah.
easy. If I think honestly, if I sound so like I'm a different breed, but it's it's like I understand that if a game's too hard, because like you're trying to appeal to
Yeah.
a certain demographic, especially in a game like Yakuza. I'm fairly new to Yakuza. You got me into it. Do you think that's popular?
It's
Not in
super
Japan.
popular in the West, or not the West, in the East. Yeah,
Okay, so in Asia it's popular, but here it's not as popular. Yeah.
it's becoming more popular just because of Bakamitai.
Okay. So like, would you agree, right? Okay, how about this? Let's put this in hypothetical. Like, let's say you're okay, I'm a game developer and you don't know who I am. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to sell you a game. Hey, this game is the hardest game you'll ever play. Play it. You play it, would you actually stick to it? Like it's damn near impossible. It's the hardest game ever.
Well, that's where the impossible game comes in, the internet one.
Oh my god.
You know that cube one?
I know what you're talking.
Yeah.
That's a fun game though, man.
Exactly. So when it comes to like a game that's hard as hell that would just fuck with you, you're gonna like people have that urge to just like go through something because it's annoying the fuck out of them.
That is weird actually. That's
Especially
very interesting.
with gamers, I feel like just because we have like we want to finish it and we want to be the best.
For sure. Hell yeah. I mean, it's very interesting because like, okay, remember how we did that live stream with was it second? No, it was Bloodborne.
Bloodborne, yeah.
Okay. You know how I kept dying, right? I kept
Yeah.
dying. But like, even though I kept dying on how hard it is, I wanted to play more because
Yeah.
I want to beat it. And I want to stop screaming like it was a very embarrassing scream. You should check us out on Twitch. But other than that, I get what you're I get your point. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Like the harder. Again, you see, it's weird. I wouldn't say if it's too hard, I probably wouldn't play it that often. But if it does give you a challenge, I think that's worth it. Well,
Okay,
that's how
so
I
like
see it.
if Bloodborne had an easy mode, if Sekiro had an easy mode, would you be playing through it on easy mode first, or would you be going like normal hard?
Personally, for Sekiro, nah, I'll keep
Yeah.
it the way it is. I think it's easy the way it is right now. As
For
for
Bloodborne?
Bloodborne, I might get shit for this, but I think Bloodborne's harder than Sekiro.
You're garbage.
What you mean, though, bro?
Hey man, you're talking to a man who platinumed that game.
I don't know. I can't. I think Bloodborne's hard, man. I can't fuck with the. It's a fun game, by the way. It's really fun, but I think it's too hard. But should there be a difficulty mode for those? That's hard for me to answer because I don't play Bloodborne. Sekiro, on the other hand, I haven't finished it, but I think I'm currently still playing it.
Yeah. I mean, just go back to like Dark Souls because you've played through a few Dark Souls games. Like,
Oh.
do those need
Okay.
difficulty modes?
Here's the thing about Dark Souls. That's a different breed of game.
But it's not. They're all made from the same dude.
True, but like in terms of like in difficult, I mean, the first time I played it, yes, I wish there was, but the more I played it, I pushed through it. No, I don't think so. Because I'm gonna contradict myself hella
Yeah,
hard
you
here.
already are.
Yeah, I really am here. But the game, like it's just like you said, the game is meant to be played that way, and I do get a challenge of how hard the game is. So should there be a difficulty settings for games like this? Personally, no. But for new people, yes. And
Yeah.
the reason why I say that is because maybe my issue with Dark Souls was how the game fucking worked. I did not get it. So maybe having a difficulty setting would be nice for me to get settled in. Because I hated Dark Souls when I first played it. I only got into it because of friends. But after I told my friends I hated the game, they legit tortured me and forced me to play the damn game until I got good. And then that's when I started enjoying it, you know? So,
All right, so then there's two thoughts that are kind of going through my head right now. Like, the first one is like, I do think that Dark Souls would be able to bring in, or like Soulsborne games, they would be able to bring in a wider audience of gamers if they did have an easy mode.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I feel like that would kind of take away from the achievement of saying that you beat Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Because because it's just like, oh, hey, I beat Dark Souls on easy mode. It's just like it doesn't really feel or sound as much of an achievement or trophy for someone. Like, granted, like, I'm not trying to shit on anyone. I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, like, I don't want to gatekeep gamers. I want everyone to experience those games because those are games that I love. But it's just like being able to say that I platinumed Bloodborne, I feel like is really rewarding to me. Granted, that's a little different because platinuming, like 100%ing any game is an achievement, but
right.
you know,
Interesting. But how would you feel if? Well, that's the thing. I see that kind of works for my case. Like if it weren't for my friends, I would not wanna. Not kind of. It totally works for my case. I wouldn't want to get into the Dark Souls series if it weren't for my friends. Like if I played it the way it is, without my friends telling me how fun this game is, I would have shitted on the game. I would have hated the game. Because like that's the thing. I think that's what's special about the Dark Souls series, how hard it is. Because like in Dark Souls, was it 2 or 3? I think it was 3. Well, I think for all the Dark Souls games, you fight your first boss, right?
yeah.
In the intro of your damn game, you fight a boss. That's what. Like I like to think of it as like, this is what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the whole game. I hope you're ready for this. But that I will admit, first time playing something like that, it did turn me off because it's like, how? So having an easy mode, well, I like to think maybe it would bring in players, but knowing the reputation Dark Souls has, I think everyone should know Dark Souls is a hard game at this point.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to believe someone like getting into Dark Souls like, yeah, man, I don't mind. It looks cool. I'll give it a shot. Then you're in for a really harsh time at that point. But I will admit it really just depends. It really just depends. But oh yeah, I totally agree on your statement.
All right, and then here's this. Do you think the reputation of how hard a game should be, like, ruins it for you?
No. No. I don't think so because I have those I'm a really weird gamer right now.
Yeah.
Because
you
like
are.
it's if it comes to like, because I already, okay, so let's put it this way, knowing the reputation they have, I think it's good that their reputation is it's hard as it is because at least you know what you're expecting.
Okay.
I just don't think I think it'd just be really unfortunate for someone to rate a game because of how hard it is, and I think it would just be really weird if that were the case. That's actually kind of hard to answer, because Dark Souls is very it's a well-known game. It's meant for how hard it is. But if it were for the only scenario I'm thinking about is like, I don't know, there's a ad for a new game coming out and how it's saying how hard it is. No offense, but I don't see myself playing this game. Yeah. I don't know what game this is. It looks cool, but right from the get-go, it's hard. You use Clay as one of the hardest games. Nah, I'm good, fam. I'm good. I stick with Souls. I'll just stick with Souls.
But do you think that game would be advertised as the Dark Souls of something?
The Souls that could beat all Souls. Yeah. I mean, a lot of games now it's like super inspired by Dark Souls.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of games coming out now that are like Souls inspired, which is pretty cool. But
it's cool, but I feel like it's getting annoying at this point, man.
Really?
Like, yeah, because like, all right, because that is how people are advertising their games sometimes. It's just like, oh, it's the Dark Souls of music game. It's like, no, dude, it's a fucking music game. All music games are pretty hard.
Wait, what? What game are you talking about?
Thumper. It's like an indie game.
Is that like the FPS game where you shoot every beat?
No, that's beats bullets per minute. Yeah.
Oh,
BPM.
Okay.
But that game looks fun as hell too.
Yeah. I want to try that. I want to give it a shot. Yeah, totally. I agree. I mean, the only thing I like about it is the different settings it kind of provides. Because I know there's some Souls, like most Souls games are, I don't know if anyone reads or watches Berserk. Are you familiar with Berserk by any chance?
Yeah, I am.
It gives me that feel, right? All the Souls games are, except for Bloodborne. I think Bloodborne's a bit different, and obviously Sekiro. But there's Souls games that take place in the future. I forgot what that game is called.
The Surge?
I think it's The Surge. It takes place in the future, and there's another one that's like horror or sci-fi, which I thought was pretty cool. I was like, whoa. It takes place in like a ship. It's like Dead Space in a sense, but Souls-like. I thought that was pretty cool. Would you say it's becoming a bit oversaturated though? Like it's like too much of it, or?
Well, not. I like Souls-like games, but then I just don't like it when other like games or fucking journalists. It's not even the game company itself. It's just journalists. Describe a game as the Dark Souls of like Cuphead. I don't know if you're familiar with Cuphead.
Yeah, I know what Cuphead is.
They were like, it's the Dark Souls of 2D shooter games. And it's like, dude, it's fucking Cuphead. Just let it be its own game. Don't fucking call it this or that. It's Cuphead. It's not that hard to describe a game that is hard as hard.
Would you say Dark Souls started it all?
Dark
Souls games.
Oh, okay. So I feel like games weren't as challenging for a long while. Like maybe, for a good portion of like the PS3 era.
Yeah.
Before Dark Souls, which is still like a good few years,
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of lost their challenge. They were going more for just like action hero, There was a lot of shooters that were coming out. There was Gears of War, Call of Duty, like Battlefield came back. There was a lot of that going on. So it's just like there wasn't really that want for a difficult game for a while because everyone was so focused on these big games that are making like money.
Yeah.
Fucking shooters.
It essentially dumbed down.
So it started focusing more on multiplayer games is what it came down to,
Yeah.
So then and that was when a lot of games were starting to become more story based as well.
Yeah.
Like Uncharted games, they were like popping off, and then it was actiony, but it wasn't challenging.
Right.
So Dark Souls really did bring back the challenge for video games, and that's why it's being like thrown out as such a term. Which, like, I fucking love Dark Souls. I respect the series like so much, but I just hate how the media depicts it.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
So you essentially just don't like it when another game comes out and they're just comparing it to the Souls games right off the back.
Yeah, because I feel like every game should have a chance to stand on its own, instead of trying to be held up by Dark Souls. Because it's
Okay.
like it's not fair to be like saying that shit. It's just like, I mean, this isn't even the first case of this happening. There were a lot of Doom clones.
Oh
or
yeah, big
shit like
time.
that. Yeah. And of course, it's like, I don't think it's gonna go away just because
No.
in this day and age, it's
If
a
it makes
fucking
money.
meme. Yeah.
Yeah. Well said, by the way. That was yeah, totally. I agree for sure. Like, every game should have its right to like stand on its own.
Yeah.
I don't even know how the fuck they compare cup. Then again, because when people say like Dark Souls is a hard, when you think of any game hard, you think of Dark Souls. That's
Yeah.
how it's gonna be remembered. How it's just really fucking hard. And now that with that in mind, every time a game comes out, especially it's Cuphead, they're calling it the Souls. What did they say? The Dark Souls game or
Yeah, Dark Souls of like 2D shooter
okay,
platformers.
okay. But it's kind of weird because like now with that in mind, when I first saw that, right, I didn't really think of Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I just thought of it. Oh, so it's gonna be a hard ass game. Okay, I see you. But that's very interesting though. Yeah, every game has every right to stand on its own.
Yeah. So
Very very interesting.
I don't know.
It's a good
Difficulty in games. It's fucking stupid, but
It is. It is.
I guess it should exist.
I mean, I get. See, that's the thing. In a sense, I just don't. I'm on the same boat as you. It's not. I don't think it's fair, at all.
Yeah.
It's not fair at all. It doesn't really give us a chance. It doesn't give the game a chance as much. But then again, Cuphead became its own thing when people started playing it.
Yeah.
So
See, right now, I'm just kind of thinking of like, all right, video games are the only mediums where there can be difficulties.
well, I mean, there's life.
Yeah. Hey, man, if there was an easy mode for life, I would take that shit in an instant.
What do you think? I play everything on easy, man. That's the only thing I can control, bro.
Because I'm just like,
jeez.
all right, games are a form of art, but then they're the only ones that you can dictate how you go through it. Where it's just like, dude, imagine watching a movie on hard mode.
If that's the case, the only game or the only movie that would be like in terms of difficulty settings would be like horror movies at that point.
Oh,
How
dude.
scary would it be?
I would
But you
watch
know
that
what?
shit on hard mode.
Fuck yeah, yo, same here. Let's go.
Actually, hard mode movies sound kind of sexual, so never mind.
Oh my god. But you know what? That's the beauty about playing games. You have choice. Whether you
You have
want to play it
options,
easy.
yeah.
You have options. You can play it on easy, you can play it on hard. Depends how you want to experience it. And I think that's the beauty of playing games.
For sure, yeah. All right.
All right. Wow.
I think that about does it for this episode.
Yes.
So yeah, thanks for joining us, and let us know what you think about difficulty, and let us know what you guys think about our opinions, because I feel like we both kind of said a lot of weird, like, hypocritical things.
I kind of. Well, to be honest though, like what you said tugged on my brain a bit. Cause like, what's that called? In the end, I kind of like thought it would be one of those things where it's like, okay, I would agree with you, but then my point of view has changed. It's weird. It's really weird. I still stand by it, but I do agree. Yeah, I said a lot of contradicting and hypocritical things, which I still have to think about now. It's still tugging in my head. It's giving me a headache.
Hey man, that's what the Mac and Jack Attack is all about.
Hell yeah, let's go.
So Mac, how do you unlock easy mode in real life?
I don't think you can, man. You're kind of stuck on what you have, bro.